It's Scooby's All-Star Laff-a-Lympics, starring Scooby-Doo and the gang.
Scooby-Doo?
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the HB AV Club. On today's show, I'm going to be talking about a relatively new release that some collectors would say has definitely been a long time in coming. On March 31st, Warner Archive released Scooby's All-Star Laff-a-Lympics, the complete collection, on Blu-ray for the very first time, as well as collecting the series in its entirety for the first time on home video.
Here's Snagglepuss to give you the play-by-play.
Heavens to hilarity! This is it, sports fans, participants even. Television's greatest array of stars, Laff-a-Lympics, presents the round-the-world triple team competition between the Yogi-Yahooies, the Scooby-Doobies, and the really Rottens. The players are on the field, in the stadium even, so let's get on with it!
For anyone who doesn't know, Scooby's All-Star Laff-a-Lympics was originally the umbrella name for a 2-hour programming block of Hanna-Barbera shows during the 1977 to 1978 season that included Laff-a-Lympics, Captain Caveman, Dynamite with the Blue Falcon, as well as an all-new 30-minute episode of The Scooby-Doo Show and a 30-minute rerun of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The show premiered on September 10th, 1977, and aired on the ABC network, kicking off with the first episode, The Swiss Alps and Tokyo, that featured events like a downhill ski race, ice skating, a toboggan race, sumo wrestling, a one-point tennis match, and a baseball batting contest. The format of the show was similar to an Olympics broadcast, with segments hosted by Snagglepuss and Mildew Wolf. 3 teams, the Scooby-Doobies, the Yogi-Yahooies, and the Really Rottens, compete for points in events being held all over the world. It has often been compared to Battle of the Network Stars, which debuted 1 year earlier, and, as we all know, Hanna-Barbera were never too shy to capitalize on anything that they saw as a popular trend. The show had a first season consisting of 16 episodes, with a second consisting of 8 episodes for the 1978-79 broadcast season. As we have discussed on the podcast before, second season renewals were rarely more than 8 episodes, which is why you see so many single-season shows in the HB library. They were kind of better off pitching a brand new show than continuing an existing one. The series featured dozens of characters from throughout Hanna-Barbera's history to make up the 3 teams, with all the voice cast you would expect. Dawes Butler, Don Messick, Julie Bennett, John Stevenson, Frank Welker, Mel Blanc, Scatman Crothers, Gary Owens, Alan Reed, Henry Corden, Casey Kasem. You get the idea. The show's home video history has been kind of confusing and scattered. In the mid-90s, there were 4 VHS releases that included 8 episodes between them. Then, in 2010, Warner Home Video released 2 DVDs with 8 episodes, 4 on each disc, followed by a 2-disc set that featured 12 episodes that included the previously unreleased episodes 9 through 16, as well as 4 episodes from the previous DVDs, as well as the all-new Spooky Games special. This completed the home video release of Season 1 on DVD, even though it wasn't all bundled in the same place, and you still had to buy multiple releases with episodes you already owned. Kind of frustrating. So it is exciting that Warner Archive's Scooby's All-Star Laff-a-Lympics, the complete collection, has collected all 24 episodes on one Blu-ray set in high definition, as well as doing the usual cleanup and remastering we've come to expect from the label. The set itself consists of 3 BD50 discs in a standard keep case with no slipcover. There are no inserts or booklets, and each disc sits on its own spindle in the tray. The artwork on the case is a reuse of the cover art from Scooby's All-Star Laff-a-Lympics Volume 2 DVD release from 2010. The video is sourced from a 4K scan of the original negatives, and the audio is a DTS HD Master Audio 2.0 mono track. As previously mentioned, assembled are all 24 of the series episodes, 8 per disc, in chronological release order that were produced by the studio between the years of 1977 and 1979. I will note that the main titles from the second season have been used for all 24 episodes, since acceptable source material for the first season credits, I believe, could not be located. All the shorts are presented in a 1.37 to 1 aspect ratio, preserving its original television presentation, and the picture looks clean and sharp. Colors are vibrant and rich, and the show looks the best it's ever looked. There are some moments where the picture seems a bit soft, and the end credits do look like they may have not been sourced from the original negative, but as we have discussed again many times before on the podcast, Warner Archive is doing everything they can to preserve the show's original presentation and working with the best available elements. So if there are any discrepancies, it was likely due to the materials that they had to work with. And as it stands, it is a very minor quibble. As for the show, does it hold up? Is my nostalgia for this series strong enough to overcome any of its shortcomings? I'd say absolutely. Yes. Watching Laff-a-Lympics again after so many years was actually kind of a treat. These episodes were fun to revisit, and it remains an interesting thing to see these characters outside of their own respective worlds and participating in the games like they were celebrities coming together for an event. The stories are repetitive, and the scripted nature could take the fun out of it for some people. But the show tickled all the right nostalgia receptors for me, and watching an episode or two always leaves me with a smile. Having it looking this good probably also helps with my overall appreciation and enjoyment of the show, if I'm being honest. If this was presented in lower fidelity picture and sound, I think it would highlight the planned animation of it all. For me, there's something about the clarity of it that makes me appreciate the craft of it more. Your mileage may vary, but some of these 70s and 80s HB shows, when viewed unremastered and on a lower quality format, they just feel cheaper. And it's easier to pick all the nits. When you see it as intended, warts and all, I think it becomes an artifact as well as entertainment, and that makes a difference to me. Again, could be different for everyone, but this presentation was working for me. And unlike some of the other recent HB releases from Warner Archive, including a couple I've covered here on the HB AV Club, Scooby's All-Star Laff-a-Lympics actually does come packaged with a bonus in the form of the half-hour Spooky Game Special, which was previously included with the 2-disc Laff-a-Lympics DVD set from 2012. It was originally a part of a series of 6 all-new half-hour direct-to-video specials that were produced for and included with releases of Scooby-Doo media on DVD. I will always argue for more archival or documentary material for these sets, but it's cool to have spooky games be appearing here, and also for the first time on Blu-ray. So, how does Scooby's All-Star Laff-a-Lympics The Complete Collection rate? I'm going to give this set a B+. It's a decent show with a really solid audio and video presentation, though sadly, few bells and whistles. I genuinely like this collection and want to give props to Warner Archive for finally getting this out there in a complete set. It's a piece of Scooby media that has frustrated collectors for years with its tendency to almost, but never quite get to releasing every episode on physical media. I think this will make a lot of collectors out there happy. I also think this will be enjoyable for casual audiences, though the $29.99 MSRP, though reasonable, might price it out of the reach of the looky-loos. I want to thank Allied Vaughn for providing me with the copy of this Blu-ray for review, and as always, my opinions and ratings are entirely my own. I'd be curious to know what you all think about this release, so leave a comment in the comments section of wherever you're getting your podcasts, or feel free to email me at scoobypodcast@gmail.com. If I get some good messages and comments, I may just read them on a future episode of the HB AV Club. I would also encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to the episode and show if you haven't already. Reviews are always a great treat too, as they feed the algorithm and help get the podcast into the eyes and ears of anyone who might be interested in what I talk about here but don't yet know I exist. So there you have it. Thanks again for checking out the HB AV Club. I think the next club episode will be featuring the recent Warner Archive HB release, Dastardly and Muttley in Their Flying Machines, the complete series. Keep tuned in to the pod social media accounts on Blue Sky and Instagram for news when that one drops. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and go watch some cartoons.